Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody's having a wonderful and blessed day. Now, this message is being recorded for multiple platforms. So, for those of you who follow me on TikTok, should TikTok go away mid September if Donald Trump doesn't extend it, you can follow me on the other platforms that I'm on. That is Instagram and Facebook and Blue Sky, and I am on X. I'm also working with the Neptune team as a beta tester. I am helping them test the app. There's a lot of us out there who are helping them figure things out. Now, a lot of people have been giving Neptune a lot of flack. They've been going through a lot of things, working on making the app work. Being a web programmer myself, let me explain the process. You have to basically build an app using lines of code and commands and responses, and each and every response and command and action is a line of code. And if something's out of order or not quite coded just right, when you hit that record button, it might not work. You might crash the app. So if you don't write these things right, if you don't code these things right, they're not going to work. Let me put it this way. Everything you do on YouTube or Facebook or TikTok or Instagram or Threads or any other platform, everything is a line of code, a command line, or an instruction to make those things happen. You want to go live? Those are a series of commands to go live. We see them as buttons. We see them as play, pause, record, go live, end live, etc. But each and every one of those buttons and commands and actions on whatever your favorite social app is, they were written in code and command line for you to be able to do what you do. Now, I believe in Neptune. I believe it's still going to be an amazing app. And it is coming for Android. The problem is that the team that created and developed Neptune, they're Apple people. That's what they know. That's what they know how to write. They do have some people who are Android ready. Now, Android shouldn't be as much of a hassle to develop because they're not as strict. One of the hang-ups with the launch on Apple was that the developers were working for it to work with the phone. When they submitted it in April, the original launch date, they said, does it work on the iPad? And the team said, well, we're working on it. It does, but not entirely. So, Apple said, make it work on both platforms and then resubmit. So they had to go back to the drawing board and make it work on both platforms. When you create an app for Apple or for Android or any other platform, it needs to work across the board. Since the team knows Apple, they're focusing on Apple right now. When they get Apple squared away, then they'll focus on the Android app. So that's the story and that's the scoop. I'd give you more detail, but for those of you who do follow the Discord, it's no longer like fully there, but it is there for mostly like the beta testers and stuff. But if you're in there and you are part of the Discord, then you guys know what's going on. But for those of you who are not in the Discord, they're working their tails off. They're trying their best to make it happen. They're a startup company working out of their own wallets. So give them a little chance. Let them develop the app and keep on pushing forward, because that's the goal. Even though they had some leadership changes, and I'm sure everybody's aware about that, so I don't really need to go into that. The vision and the mission of Neptune is to continue to push this app out, continue to bring new and more features to you. So keep watching, keep waiting. Don't give up on them just yet. Peace.